What is up, my beautiful folks that love to do chokes? Now, I've been doing jiu-jitsu since October of 2013, which is a long time ago. Seems like forever ago. And it has been a minute since I've been a white belt, but I do remember that as a white belt, there were certain things that I was able to pick up on relatively easily that really helped me maximize my results in those first 2 years of training. And above all, this one concept that we're gonna talk about, this system, this approach towards doing jiu-jitsu helped me do things like winning double gold at 5 tournaments in a row. And in one of those tournaments, I ended up beating a purple belt in the finals of my no-gi bracket that had been training for 5 years, while I had only been training for about 18 months at the time. Now, my buddy John has actually recently gotten into jiu-jitsu, so I'm gonna bring you guys along on this training session that we had where I gave him a approach towards doing jiu-jitsu that is going to 10x your results as a white belt. If you guys are ready, let's get right into this. Good morning, guys. Hey, quick question. Now, this is something I find odd, but maybe that's just me, but our bathroom does not have a door. Anyways, guys, today's video should be a fun one for you. My buddy John recently got into jiu-jitsu, and he's just got a hold of some mats, a grappling dummy, and he's turned his garage into his own little private jiu-jitsu gym. And since he only recently started, he's been having some problems that a lot of beginners tend to have. So I told him today I was gonna come out and help him fix some of those problems. And if you happen to be a beginner as well, then you definitely wanna stick around, because today we're gonna be covering 3 different things that you can work on that are gonna help you out a tremendous amount in your first few years of jiu-jitsu. But first thing is first, guys, we gotta get some fuel. In the words of the great Albert Einstein, gains, bro. Alright, time to make sure we got all the stuff we need in the bag. Rash guard, check. Shorts, check. Gi pants, check. Gi top, check. Ooh, important, finger tape. You gotta be using this. Otherwise, you're gonna end up getting warts on your knuckles. Most importantly, belt. Check. Now, I actually lost my belt a couple weeks ago, and I looked all over for it. I looked throughout the entire gym, all throughout my car, even in the back of it. Just couldn't find it, so I had to end up buying another one online. I mean, you know, it happens. So about a week goes by until I get my new belt. Not even the very next day that my belt arrived, for some reason, I go into my closet and guess what I find right in front of me? It's my belt that I lost. Big brain move, Jed. Good one. Well, all right, guys, now that we have our bag all packed and ready to go, it's time to hit the road. Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about something that I like to call the GSP method.
Now, are you still drunk right now?
Get on top, stay on top, pass. If you guys actually think about it, 80% of jiu-jitsu is this right here. Think about what you learn in class. Think about what you see the upper belts do when they're rolling with each other. You may see a couple of submissions here and there, but for the most part, people are fighting for the takedown and the sweep to get on top. They're being patient, applying pressure to stay on top, and they're also fighting for the guard pass to start racking up points. If you guys can get this down and apply it the next time you're on the mats or in a tournament, this is gonna allow you to control where the match takes place. You're gonna be able to control things like the pace of the match, so you'll be able to conserve your energy while you force your opponent to have to work harder than you. And you'll also be able to rack up points, pass, which will force your opponent to take chances, giving you a lot more openings for submissions if you like to finish your matches. So we're gonna crack into this training session, and I want you guys to focus on whether we're getting on top, staying on top, or passing for points throughout the whole session. All right, guys, enough talking. Let's roll the tape. I always like to start off by pummeling. It really helps warm the shoulders up. You want to make this more realistic by trying to throw your partner off balance and moving your feet more than you pummel. Once you've gone back and forth a couple times, you can spice it up by adding some arm drags. Move around a little bit to make it more realistic. Working hand fighting like this is one of my favorite ways to warm up. Put your hand in your partner's face, scoop their ankles, and drive your hips forward. This will put their shoulders on the mat, which will help to shut down any offense they have from open guard. Another way to do this is to scoop their bottom ankle, stiff arm their neck, and drive your hips forward. I've only been using this for the past 8 months or so, but it's proven to be one of the most effective techniques I have. Flatten your partner out, drive your hips forward to collect their top leg, and then drive your knee to the mat. Use your core to apply pressure to their hips so they can't turn back into you. Collect the head, scoop the leg, and pass over into side control. For another great pass at all levels, use the blade of your hand to hook their hip, grab their knee with your other hand, and then drive it through. Replace it with your knee, collect the head and the hip to stabilize. For a solid side control, it's hard to beat a good crossface and underhook. If you get up on your toes, that will allow you to put more weight on your partner. The only problem is they'll be able to slide their bottom knee in to retain guard. To counter this, stay on your left toes, but drive your right knee up against their hip to block it from coming in. And you can even bring the tip of your knee on their stomach for knee on belly. If you can maintain this in a tournament, it's worth 2 points. Right here, I'm giving him about 20% resistance, letting him work his passes and top pressure. If you're a white belt and you can find one of the upper belts that is willing to do this with you, take advantage of it, because it'll give you a tremendous boost to your training. And if you're an upper belt, this can also help you out as well, because it'll force you to focus on technique over strength, and also make you work out of bad positions. Right here, I have an overhook from butterfly guard. I'm lightly trying to sweep him, trying to get him to work on his base. He ends up tapping though, because apparently it felt like an armbar. I've honestly never seen that submission before. And right here, he passes to north-south and locks up a north-south choke, which was actually kind of tight. Here I grab his other wrist to keep him from finishing it, and then scramble to turtle, and then end up standing up. I decide to sit back down to guard again and throw him off balance a little, but he does have decent balance. And right here, as I turn to my side, he does a good job of isolating my bottom leg, smashing it, and hopping across the side control. Right here, I tell him I'm gonna turn it up a little since he's been doing pretty well. He tries to scoop my legs, but I'm able to arm drag him off of it, and then shrimp out my hips and jump on his back. Right here, he rolls to try to buck me off, but while he does it, he exposes his neck and I lock up a rear naked choke. So we've been working on frames and how to shut them down, not by going directly into them, but by changing the angles on them. And a great submission you can hit off of this concept is the arm triangle. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. So I'm going to have my buddy John. I've got an underhook, and I've got a crossface, and I'm keeping pressure on him, but he's doing a good job of framing, not with his wrist, but with his forearm. And so what we're going to do is we're going to redirect that and get a nice little submission off of that. So he's here. I'm going to dig my shoulder into his jaw, get up on my toe. This is going to put a lot of pressure into him. I'm going to go ahead and grab his armpit, and as he's driving that frame into me, I'm gonna make a little pocket in the inside of my elbow, and I'm gonna use that to walk his frame up, pulling his arm tight to his head. I'm gonna grab his head to lock that guy in place, replace my arm with my head. Now, I can gable grip, hop across, switch my hips, and get the tap. Alright guys, that's all for the video today. I hope you guys both enjoyed it and were able to learn a thing or two from it that you can apply the next time you're on the mats. Guys, I really like shooting these training vlogs, so if you'd like to see more of them, please just let me know down in the comments. If you guys are still watching, you probably like the video, so go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And if you guys are new around here, I'm Jedi. I give you practical, actionable tips that you can use the next time you're on the mat, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. I post a new video every Monday and Friday. See you guys next Monday. Stay consistent as always. Peace.
You love to talk, I don't talk, I get it. Yeah, you know I'm about it, if it kill me, I'ma let it. Run into the bag like I'm so athletic. I've been up since 6, making hits like tennis. I've been on fire, I just need my credit. Wanna go